Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to episode 15 of Movie Fanatics with Luke and Michael. Sorry for the delay, people. Michael put it in the chat. I was moving some stuff from outside of my room. I was moving my shelves. Because like I've said in a couple of previous streams, I'm moving out here pretty soon. So, well, actually, now this weekend I'm moving out. So, yeah, I have a lot of busy stuff to do. So I sincerely apologize for people that were really impatiently waiting for this. So yeah, I apologize for you guys. So of course, Michael's here with me, my co-host. What's up, dude?
Doing good. Good. Hopefully the move is coming along pretty good just by moving stuff.
Yeah, so I gotta still got more stuff I gotta pack in though. So, and I got my couch and my dinner table arriving on Thursday, so I'll be able to get that all finished up.
That's good.
So there we go.
Step by step for him.
Yeah, this is pretty big, guys. So that's the reason. So again, if you guys were very impatient, I apologize. So, but because yeah, I can tell Eddie and Skylar here in the chat were impatiently waiting for the show to begin. Again, guys, I know I'm kind of overstating myself here, but I apologize. But again, let's just cut right to the chase. So I don't blow up or anything. This will calm me down here a little bit. So let's get to the weekend box office to kick things off.
All right.
So, all right, let's get right to it. So Sinners is still clocking in at number 1. With only a 5% drop, which is absolutely crazy. Like, it is absolutely insane how much of a percentage drop it did, because you'd think by this time that it would probably drop a lot more than this, but nope, just a 5% drop, which is pretty dope. So, and Sinners is still the best movie of 2025 so far. No question about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully good job, guys. You guys are still supporting a great vampire film. So, good job.
Hopefully, I'll get a chance to see it.
Yep. And it's crazy. Also, the top 4 all grossed over $20 million here, because we had Star Wars Episode 3 that grossed for a re-release 25 million, which is nuts. Didn't think it actually do that well, to be completely honest with you, but you know what?
I do, because it's the best film of the prequels.
Well, not even just that. I mean, not so many people, go to re-releases like that. So that's why I kind of found it a little crazy that it did so well. For a re-release weekend. So yeah, there you go with Star Wars Episode 3. The Accountant 2 did a pretty solid opening with 24.5 million. Really solid opening right there. And really solid movie. First one is better, but still really solid. A Minecraft movie, 22.7 with a 44% drop. We all know it's still going to make money. We can move on. Yeah. Until Dawn with a horrible opening right here with $8 million. Wow. That's pretty crazy, dude.
My friend at work said he was telling me about it. He said that it was not that bad of a film if you haven't played the game.
Because this film, from what I know, because I have not played the game myself, but from what I know, this film does not follow the source material of the game. So, yeah. Which that's pretty much every video game movie at this point. They don't follow the source material. Like unless you're Mario or Sonic or what else can I think of? Like The Last of Us. I've seen gameplay of The Last of Us, so I'll count it. Like those at least follow the source material.
Could add Gran Turismo as well.
Gran Turismo, that's not really a like not like mainly a video game movie. That's a true story.
Yeah.
So Need for Speed doesn't really accurately follow the video games. Those are more like racing games. But then they kind of have this like kind of Fast and Furious kind of plot line to it, which honestly it's not like it's not as over the top as Fast and Furious. I can even say Minecraft was actually better at following the source material. Because at least it's made by somebody that actually knows the game. So, exactly. So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what other video game movies that actually did follow the source material.
Mortal Kombat.
I don't think really any of the Mortal Kombat films have really followed the source material. But like the first one, that is setting up for the tournament. So it's not really it's got all the most of the characters from the games.
Well, if you count Paul W.S. Anderson's 95 film.
That's also not really like a adaptation, even though there is tournaments in the original 95 Mortal Kombat. It's still not like a faithful adaptation of the video game. Is what I'm trying to say. Because I played the Mortal Kombat games and there's not really much story to any of those games. You're just fighting people.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Street Fighter. Like, no story to those games. You're fighting people. So
the movie's really shitty too.
It's fun but bad, honestly. It's one of those like fun bad movies. But again, I can't really think of other ones besides Mario and Sonic and The Last of Us that have like accurately followed the source material. When it comes to the games, so
Skylar says Sinners is great. It definitely set the bar for this year.
For sure.
Need to see Warfare. You definitely need to. I really enjoyed the film. And Old Restless was like, "What's up?" to me and you.
What's up, man? But yeah, so I'm gonna wait until Netflix for Until Dawn because I don't feel like spending $25 to pre-order that digitally.
It's not a move. It's not a film that you have to go out and really see.
It's no. My theater didn't even play it, so that should tell you something. My theater didn't even get Until Dawn, so
that tells you something.
It's like, yeah, my theater had no confidence in it. But you want to know what the dumbest thing is? I think it might be in here somewhere, but we'll talk about it when we get to it. Mm-hmm. King of Kings, 4 million, 76% drop. Amateur, 47%. Warfare, 45%. It's crazy to me that got its physical release announcement faster than Death of a Unicorn.
Exactly.
Warfare has only been out for like a few weeks. And it already is available for pre-order on the A24 shop physically.
Yeah, I find
that's weird. It would make more sense if it was Death of a Unicorn.
Because it came out before Warfare.
Exactly. And they didn't even put one up for A Different Man yet. The one that got Sebastian Stan a Golden Globe nod. I think he won for that one too.
Well, you did watch Death of a Unicorn.
I'm almost done. I haven't finished it yet.
How is it so far?
Really freaking funny. Will Poulter steals the whole movie, though. I will tell you that. Will Poulter steals the movie.
Is it available for digital?
It is on digital. That's the reason why I've been watching it. Hell, Opus, the one with Iowa Debris, that came out before Warfare. So this is just puzzling me.
What's going on with A24?
Like, why are they putting out like why they announce a physical release for Warfare?
Your mic's out. Yeah, I'm like, oh, there you go.
Just trying to fix it here. Okay. I'm not refreshing again.
Yeah, it's very weird for A24 for them to release Warfare, but not Death of a Unicorn or Opus.
Like distinctly those two, or a different man. They're gonna release a different man. It's just that they don't have it up on the site yet for some reason, which I think is absolutely stupid. Hell, they're not even going to release a Blu-ray for Y2K.
I'm still waiting for that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it made more sense for someone like The Brutalist or Sing Sing to come out first. And they did.
I guess A24 wants us to track down the VHS of Y2K and buy that.
You mean the Blu-ray of Warfare?
No. I was talking about Y2K, considering there's no Blu-ray of it.
Yeah, they really want us to track that down so scalpers can resell them for like about $100,
mm-hmm.
which I think is absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
But whatever.
A says get a new mic. That's just a suggestion. By the way,
just a suggestion.
By the way, I subscribe to your channel, Eddie.
There you go. Good job.
Good videos that you and Haley do.
Yeah. All right, for sure. Let's continue. Legend of Ochi. We looked at this the other day. It's absolutely crazy that it's a 2,648% increase because it opened like limited last week, the weekend before. But like last weekend was like its first like wide opening for that movie. So
well, thank you, all Restless, and thank you, Eddie.
Yes, good job, guys.
And I I followed you guys on Eddie. I followed you and Haley both on Instagram.
Yep. All right. And Pink Floyd live at Pompeii with 1.3 million. Not the biggest Pink Floyd fan, but yeah, I like them. I like them.
It's not, they're not like my favorite band.
Definitely not. Let's see. Drop with 946,000, 71% drop. Pride and Prejudice, 77%.
Your mic's out. I know, Eddie.
Okay. All right, let's keep looking.
Pride and Prejudice, 77%.
Yeah, no, that's what I was looking at. Oh, I looked at that already. Let's keep looking down.
Snow White.
No, scroll down, dude, is what I'm meaning.
Yeah.
Okay. I found the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I found the movie. So the one that's below Ballad of Wallace Island, Sneaks, the animated movie about shoes, like basketball shoes. So my theater didn't get Until Dawn, but they played Sneaks on Saturday and Sunday for a matinee. That makes no sense. Like, I would have rather gotten Until Dawn by that point. So, whatever. So yeah, I wanted to say that. Jesus, Eddie, that's so mean.
But Eddie, you're the one that wanted Luke to buy it.
Exactly. All right. I think we covered the basis here.
Yeah.
So we're done there. All right. Let's
well, we all know that for this upcoming weekend, Thunderbolts is going to be the #1 film for this weekend.
You never know, dude. Sinners could actually come back in on top.
Speaking of Thunderbolts, this is our next topic.
Let's get right to it. The first reactions or the first reviews have come out today for Thunderbolts. The embargo has lifted.
And you guys will be shocked by what the tomato meter for the tomatometer is for Thunderbolts. So here it is.
All right. Let's take a look. So yeah, this movie currently has an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes with 109 reviews. Crazy, dude. So, yep. Let's see. Let's take a look here. It says Thunderbolts doesn't rush the action, but it does deliver staples that superhero fans crave, while respecting the need to create a bolder story than what the superhero genre has been delivering of late.
Grant Watson says flawed, yes. Enjoyable, also yes. 7 out of 10.
Let's see. Thunderbolts doesn't rush the act. I read that one.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts.
Score was a 3.5 out of 4.
Yep. Thunderbolts is a character-driven comic book film that lays the groundwork for what's coming in next in this phase of the MCU. Wonderfully acted and exploring dark themes, this group of misfits is not only relatable but also fantastic.
8 out of 10.
There we go.
Nice.
I would have preferred less Sturm and Drang. Less Sturm and Drang. That's weird. And more attempts at comedy. Though to be fair, the script's best lines are handed with a flourish to the Fontaine. She prowls through the film like a cat who's read
Machiavelli and found it
wanting. I'm sorry.
What did you talk about? Did you talk about Florence Pugh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's ironic that a film about the void of depression and facing one's own internal conflict can be such a joy, but then again, films like People can contain paradoxes and multitudes. 4 out of 5. Thunderbolts is a superhero therapy session that tries to deliver more than it needs, but ultimately achieves its goal of being entertaining.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Let's see what else. Let's see if we can find like a rotten one. There we go. I found one.
There we go. Right there.
An underwhelming effort with a structure that feels a lot like a dumping ground for secondary characters that the MCU doesn't know what to do with. Dang. Okay. By embracing the joke of being themselves, it all too often still becomes or stays a joke. Thunderbolts goes to show when you make something about cheap heroes, you get a cheap return. I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
Even though Marvel's latest doesn't really have anything new to offer, characters can make all the difference, and Thunderbolts has the stellar empathetic Florence Pugh and a mid-level Marvel with a top-tier star. So,
B-.
Yep. A Marvel riff on The Boys if it were written for adults instead of edgelord teenagers with oppositional defiant disorder.
8 out of 10.
Oh, geez. Okay there, Bob.
Oh, wow. Comparing it to The Boys.
It doesn't always land, but it dares to be different. From the title of the to the team up, fresh and thoughtful in a wait.
Let me go up.
What did you do?
I pressed more, but there you go.
I was reading one, dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't always land, but it dares to be different from the title to the team up. Fresh and thoughtful in a way recent Marvel efforts haven't always managed. Thunderbolts feels acutely stunted by the limitations levied by its shared universe, where the mold it's forced to fit into obfuscates.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't read. Any new daring lens.
I think they just forget to pre-read.
Yeah.
If it ultimately works, it's all due to Pugh, who can wrestle sincerity out of a screenplay and a franchise that has so little, capturing the whole emotional arc in just a moment of silence.
There you go.
Yeah, we all know that Florence Pugh is the leader of this.
Yep, Yelena. Yelena is the leader, good sir.
Leader.
Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, there's not really much else to cover with this one.
Here's one rotten one. Thunderbolts follows a familiar Marvel formula, entertaining at times but weighed down by a sluggish second act and a standard explosive finale. Florence Pugh shines, but the film overall feels average, and he ended up scoring it a C.
Wow.
Yeah. Thunderbolts tries to turn superheroes into therapists, but all it really does is leave fans desperate for a proper brawl. 3 out of 10.
Wow. Or as I like to call her, Florence Boobs. Oh, geez, dude.
Boobs. Yeah. Oh, restless.
If you've seen Oppenheimer, you would know.
Yeah, oh, restless. I am seeing Thunderbolts.
Yes, I will be seeing Thunderbolts as well. Don't know what day, but I will figure out a day to go see it.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts isn't great, but compared to the lifelessness of Captain America: Brave New World or the nostalgia pandering of Deadpool and Wolverine, it may as well be the first drop of water after weeks in the desert. 6.5 out of 10.
It's kind of crazy with kind of shaming Deadpool and Wolverine.
For all its flaws, Thunderbolts is one of the stronger Marvel entities to come out in a while, and certainly the best of the year so far. C+, from Kristen Lopez.
Wow.
Pretty good reviews.
So, yep, good so far. Yeah, I'm excited to see it this weekend.
Hey.
Against, don't know what day, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, they had the premiere. I think it was like last night for the film.
Yeah, also some critic screenings. I think on Monday. Yesterday was Monday. Jeez, dude.
Yeah. But
okay,
they had the cast there, and then they appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live later on the night.
Well, they were even on Collider. If you know Perry Nemroth, she got to interview most of the cast, so that's pretty awesome. So,
or even just her on the red carpet, she had those things just hanging out fine with me.
Jeez, dude. Relax, bro. Relax. Anyways, let's go ahead and go on to our next topic. Jesse Plemons and McKenna Grace to star in a new Hunger Games prequel. So,
and
I heard about the new Hunger Games prequel that was coming out, and then hearing these casting choices was pretty cool.
And I am
Sunrise on the Reaping is what this one's called.
Mm-hmm.
No, Eddie, I'm telling you to calm down, bro. Telling you to calm down.
You need to calm down.
You need to calm down.
Just like the Taylor Swift song.
No, I was trying to sound like Mark Wahlberg.
Oh.
Like, you need to calm down. Say hi to your mother for me, okay? Had to. All right, so yeah, North Texas actors Jesse Plemons and McKenna Grace to star in new Hunger Games movie. This comes to us from the Dallas Morning News. The odds are in the favor of Grapevine-born actress McKenna Grace and Dallas native Jesse Plemons. The two have been cast in the upcoming Hunger Games prequel, Sunrise on the Reaping, the latest adaptation from author Suzanne Collins's book franchise, according to reports from Variety. In the futuristic dystopia of Panem, a boy and a girl from each of the country's 12 districts are randomly selected as tributes to compete in an annual televised battle to the death for the entertainment of the capital. Where Panem's wealthier citizens reside, only one person should emerge victorious.
Now, if you've seen the Hunger Games films, you know how this goes.
You definitely know how this goes. So, Sunrise on the Reaping is set 24 years before the events of the Hunger Games novel, which was turned into a 2012 film starring Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson. So, yeah, Grace, who was a child actor alongside such industry greats as Octavia Spencer and Eddie Murphy, will play Maisley Donner, a District 12 tribute. The now 18-year-old had her first role in a commercial for the YMCA of Texas. The Dallas Morning News reported in 2017. Her first performances in the movie Gifted and the series The Handmaid's Tale have garnered praise. So yeah, I think that, yep, that's her younger self. But yeah, I think that's that covers the basis there.
Yeah.
And it says Sunrise on the Reaping is scheduled to hit theaters in November 2026.
Next year.
So yeah.
We are honored that he has chosen to bring his own take to one of the most fascinating figures in Pan Am, and feel that his previous collaboration with Philip Seymour Hoffman makes it all the more special. That's Eric Westman, co-president of Lionsgate. Of course, he's talking about Jesse Plemons.
Yep. Also, Eddie, you're always welcome here, but just I'm just reading Eddie's comment. You are always welcome here. Just kind of tame it down a little bit with the comments, like with the crazy ones a little bit, man. Is all I'm really trying to say. Because I don't know, man. I just need to be careful with all that kind of stuff. You never know what could happen. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. So the directors of Final Destination Bloodlines have teased a little twist. What's going on with this one? Gee, don't know how to feel about this. So
Go.
All right, let's get this one in. Okay. Teases premonition that will throw fans for a loop. Comes to us from what outlet is this? Variety? Bloody Disgusting. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bloody Disgusting. All right. So let's see. Zach Lebowski, who co-directs the sixth installment of the horror franchise with Adam Stein, teased the twist on the film's opening premonition. The first premonition takes place in 1969. Okay. There are lots of deaths during the premonition, but which is normally what happens in the opening sequence of a Final Destination movie. Also, hold on 1 second here. We got a special guest. What's up?
Here he is, Mr. Michael Entity, and we got Mr. Michael Chairman. Oh, never mind. And Mr. LeBronto. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Doing pretty good, my guy. How are you?
Good. If you guys want, you can have some of the pizza. Just take it right there.
Here, wait. Put it on the screen again. Thank you.
There you go. Michael, you can't have any.
Oh, it's so scrumptious.
I will send a veggie pizza to Jacob Hubbard, though. Anyways, what did I miss? We're talking about Final Destination Bloodlines.
Yep, we're teasing. So apparently, director Zach Lipovsky is teasing a little twist. With this one, it says for this film, the first premonition takes place in 1969. Which, like, I saw that he said that, and I'm like, ooh.
I did see the. So, I got to tell you guys, I went to finally go see Sinners a couple hours ago, and they did show a trailer. I don't know if I want to spoil it any. I mean, we're already talking about the premonition in 1969, but there was like a point in the trailer that looked like it took place in the 50s or 60s. So maybe that's what they're talking about.
Now that is a really cool direction to go, by the way. Like,
I don't want to spoil what happens in that in case you guys didn't see the trailer or you just want to see the movie and not see the new trailer that came out, but it looks pretty promising. Final Destination is one of those horror franchises where I can say there's not like a truly horrendous awful entry. I think all of them are decent.
Look, I will agree that there's not any of them that are like horrendous, but the only one I do not like is the fourth one.
That's fair.
That's the only one I genuinely do not like. Like, it felt like they rushed through so much of it because if you know the runtime of that film, it's only 82 minutes.
Which is insane.
So like the rest of them are like 90 minutes and they don't really cut through much of story. Like there's like a lot more story involved with the rest of them, even though I would say Morley 3 it's just morally reliant on the kills. Honestly. That's why I'm not like as big on the third one. I mean, I love movies that are like reliant on kills, but like that's the one where I'm like, the first two were so good with the story, but they just didn't have much to offer like in the story department with the third one.
Oh, by the way, Sinners was incredible, by the way. I just thought I'd let you guys know.
Told you.
Nice.
Michael,
so good.
Did you see it?
I didn't see it yet.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Go to it, man. Go see it.
Will do.
Let's see. So it also says right here, there are lots of deaths during the premonition, which is what normally happens in the opening sequence of a Final Destination movie.
That's right.
But we then come out of the eye of a different person in the modern day. That's new for a lot of fans. I think that is going to immediately throw them for a loop. It's going to make them lean forward to try and figure out what's going on. As moviegoers, we love it when you have to lean forward in your seat because a movie is becoming unpredictable. When we switch up a lot of its predictability, we switch up a lot of the predictability, including who's going to die and how they're going to die. You might think it's one person, but it's not. There's a delight in that. Yeah, that's the thing I love about these Final Destination movies. It's like
rest in peace, Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was crushing.
I completely forgot this was his last film.
Yep, this was Tony Todd's final movie.
And what a way to actually have that be his final destination. No pun intended.
Like quite literally.
I mean,
if I were to say.
I mean, I can't really say I've been catching up with everything Tony Todd did after, but to have Final Destination, which is his biggest horror franchise, they could say Candyman, but there's only 3 Candyman, and this is Final Destination 7, right?
6.
This is 6, okay. So this is a good way for his career to officially be. It was a good send off. So I'm very excited to see, because I don't know if they filmed with him entirely or if they had to cut his character because of him passing away. But fingers crossed we get to see as much of him as possible.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens here. We're literally only a couple of weeks away from it, so
I had to do my Final Destination watch along one of these days. I just bought the entire collection. I'm gonna just binge through them like just one night and just get it over with.
Yeah, I better invite my friend over one night and help him binge the Final Destination movies if he hasn't seen them.
Are you guys gonna binge all the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies?
I would only watch the first two. Honestly, just watch the first two.
A lot of people forget there is a third one.
Yeah,
I know there is a third one, but it's not worth it. Just watch the first two.
Second one I heard is terrible as well.
Oh, it is, but it's a guilty
dumb.
pleasure.
It's dumb, but so fun. Like,
Jack Black is hilarious in that movie.
I mean,
said he looked frail in the pics I've seen.
Yep, I know. But I was gonna say with I still know what you did last summer is actually pretty entertaining. Oh, it is. Old Restless. Entertaining as hell.
I do like the reference they make to Jack Black in Scary Movie, the first one, where they go, "Did Scream have a plot? No. Did I Know What You Did Last Summer make any sense? Don't think so. What about the sequel? What was up with that fat white Jamaican guy?" And I didn't know what they were talking about because I never watched I Know You Did Last Summer. And I'm like, they're talking about Jack Black. How dare they say that about Jack Black and his dreads? It was incredible.
It's a fun movie. I know
it is.
Really enjoyed the first one though, and I'm one of those few people that actually really enjoys the second one. Honestly,
I do too. I have a major soft spot for like those early 2000s teen horror movies, like I Know What You Did Last Summer. Urban Legend is another one.
90s, like that.
Late 90s, yeah, like the Faculty.
Faculty, Cherry Falls, a lot of those ones. They're just
Idle Hands.
Idle Hands is a masterpiece, actually.
But you mentioned you mentioned Urban Legend, which we're going to get to explaining later on.
We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. So,
all right.
Topic. I just want to show Michael this. Yes.
Are we going to do a watch along party?
There it is.
I don't know about all that.
Maybe.
But tomorrow. But Michael, I want to tell you right now.
Yeah.
I will be receiving a movie tomorrow that you, my good sir, suggested that we do for a watch along. You suggested this after we did the Oscar stream.
So I don't want to have to look through that entire thing to see which it was. I'll just wait for the
surprise. Okay. Wait. I didn't get it yet. I'm getting it tomorrow. But what was the best picture winner this year?
Aurora.
Yeah. It's finally out, dude.
Hey, you got the Criterion, right? Well, that's the only
I'll be getting
right.
Yeah. So, but again, I'll be getting that tomorrow. So,
good pick. I'm very, very excited to see that movie again.
But,
I'm very excited too, man.
Yeah, but Michael, I wasn't lying about that.
I know you weren't. And guess what? You know what? Hey, actually, before we go into the next topic, I wanted to share something really, really quick with Michael. So get this, Michael. After we talked about that movie, I thought, you know what? I'm going to look up that movie again because I haven't seen it since I was like 10, maybe. And apparently Jim Carrey was originally casted in the role. But he hated the script so much, he basically gave one of these to the film producers. And Carrot Top at the time was really famous for his prop comedy. And they got him. The movie cost him $11 million to make. It only made $300,000. And it was
I think it was 181. I think it was 181,000 when it came to its domestic gross.
Oh, you know what? Poor Carrot
It's
Top.
baffling to think that film was made for $10 million. Like, it's baffling.
I mean, I actually kind of enjoy Carrot Top. I just don't think his comedy works for a movie.
So, yeah, well.
And even one of the special features on the back here, it says WWE had involvement.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
And outtakes and interviews with Carrot Top.
Well, we'll have to do a chairman of the board review one of these days. Anyways, back to the topics.
There you go.
Let's get right to it, to the next one.
Yeah, right.
So we got an official release date for the remake of the Thomas Crown Affair. This is interesting. I have not seen the one from the 90s. Yeah, it is from the 90s with Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that.
I don't think
I'm not sure if I'm thinking of the right movie because there's the Thomas Crown Affair one that I'm thinking of. It's from 1999 from John McTiernan and stars Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, I've never seen this movie actually. Pretty good. Pretty cool.
Actually, no. This is the second remake of Thomas Crown Affair because there was one in 1968 from Norman Jewison starring Steve McQueen, and then the remake from 1999 with Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, I gotcha.
So this is the second remake. So
I've never. Well, it's a heist movie, and I really do like heist movies.
Was it DiCaprio in it with Pierce Brosnan?
No.
Did you?
You're thinking of something different there, my guy.
Did you guys ever realize that heist movies are always the ones that get remade the most? If you really stop and think about it.
Iron Mask.
Yeah, you're thinking of a Man in the Iron Mask. But yeah, like The Italian Job, prime example.
Going in Style.
Going in Style, yep.
A lot of them get remade, and I wonder what it's about heist movies that like always get remade the most.
I mean, just you wait. We're probably gonna get a remake of Heat at some point.
No, absolutely not. Heat does not need a remake.
I don't want it, but like Michael, what's gonna happen. Like at some point, we all know what's gonna happen.
How about a remake of Set It Off?
That's not bad.
If it works.
I take a remake of Set It Off more than more Den of Thieves movies, honestly.
Or how would you feel if they did a remake of The Town?
I'd rather them do a legacy sequel of The Town.
Yeah.
Than
absolutely.
a remake, because if you do a legacy sequel to The Town, there's a lot you could do with it. With a remake, it's gonna be the same movie. So
The Town is just too good though, and I just don't really feel like there's really much of a story left to be had with that anyway. But so is Michael B. Jordan directing this, or is he like the star of it?
he's actually directing this.
His second.
I looked at I looked it up on Letterboxd. So Thomas Crown Affair, starring Michael B. Jordan and Taylor Russell, directed by Michael B. Jordan. This is not his first movie that he's ever directed. He did direct Creed 3 from a couple years ago,
which was really good.
He did a really good job directing him. I really loved his style that he used at the last fight of the movie. Like, and you can tell by that last, yes, very anime inspired. So let's see. Amazon MGM Studios, we hear, has dated Michael B. Jordan's reimagining of the Thomas Crown Affair for March 5th, 2027. And it will be shown in IMAX. So at least we got that to look forward to.
Absolutely.
The news comes as Jordan is on a wild ride at the box office with original period vampire movie Sinners getting a rare A cinema score and banking $77.5 million domestic. We did talk about a little bit about that, the weekend box office. Dude, Sinners only had a 5% drop with its second weekend, dude. And that is insane for a horror film.
It's still doing pretty well. I mean, the budget was estimated between 90 to 100 million. So far it's made 168 million. That's still pretty good.
No, that's amazing. It's crazy to me that it's still going strong for its second weekend.
Definitely. I was shocked how much I really liked it. My favorite performance in that entire film was Jack O'Connell as like the vampire leader. I thought he was great.
Oh yes, dude. I love him as the vampire leader.
He's such an underrated actor. I feel like he doesn't get as much love as he deserves. I think he's great.
Absolutely. I mean, Michael, have you seen a little movie called Money Monster with George Clooney?
Money Monster.
I have not
Isn't that's the one with Julie Roberts too, right?
Yeah, George Clooney, Julie Roberts, and Jack O'Connell.
Yeah,
good.
I've heard some. I've seen some clips, and I have seen like the poster that like shows all three of them, and they have like it's like the TV thing and everything. But no, I've never seen it before. I've always wanted to though.
So like basically,
Is it good?
it's really really solid. So basically, Jack O'Connell takes this news station of the show Money Monster hostage.
Okay.
So like, I can show you guys a little bit of the trailer once we're all wrapped up because of obviously copyright reasons.
Yeah. Well, I am very excited to see Jack O'Connell in 28 years later.
Oh yes, yes sir. Thank you for that.
Absolute.
Anyways, let's go ahead and
Money Monster.
Yep, Giancarlo Esposito's in that too.
Beautiful.
Anyways, let's all continue reading this one. As we first told you, Jordan stars and produces the Thomas Crown Affair, though his Outlier Society alongside Taylor Russell. The previous movies focused on a rich playboy who steals art. In the 1968 Steve McQueen original that co-starred Faye Dunaway, he's matching his wits against an insurance investigator, while in the 1999 Pierce Brosnan version, the protag meets his match in a detective played by Rene Russo. Yep. Ooh. So plot details are still under wraps. So yeah, I have not seen the original with Steve McQueen, and nor have I seen the remake with Pierce Brosnan.
I'll have to watch them both just to get because I'm a big Steve McQueen fan. So kind of surprised I've never seen that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. So might have to watch both of those before we see this new version of the Thomas Crown Affair. But the fact that Michael B. Jordan is directing it, top 10 most anticipated of 2027 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it. So yeah,
I get a trailer by September, October, maybe.
Well, we're not getting the movie until 2027, so
maybe next year. Yeah, next year.
Definitely will be next year. But well, it also depends on like when we get the actual like release date. But regardless, how's everybody in the chat feeling about this this Thomas Crown Affair remake coming out? If you guys have seen the other two films, please let us know in the comments below, and we would love to hear it.
All right. Said about Money Monster. Julia Roberts is a no-go for me.
What? Well,
she's literally one of the most literally one of the best to ever do it, man.
She's better than. That's another video.
Anyways,
she's better than Carrot Top.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's they don't match though.
I know.
They don't.
That's like saying who's better, Denzel Washington or Tom Green.
Yeah, exactly. So like you can't really compare the two.
It's not even a question. Yeah.
Like you can't compare the two, dude.
Denzel is the only actor people will say yes to. Even if Denzel auditions for an character that is specifically white, they're like, "You're Denzel. You're getting the job." You never say no to Denzel. You never say no to Denzel.
Old Wrestler says, "I'll give you that. She's better than Carrot Top."
Yeah, there you go. But you still can't compare the two. You can't.
Fair enough.
But regardless, anyways, let's move on to our next topic here.
Yeah, Old Wrestlers, I recommend you watch Chairman of the Board.
Don't. Do not listen to Michael. He's trolling you.
Yes, I'm trolling.
Anyways, let's move on to the next one here. So, yep, we got an Urban Legend reboot coming.
Since Michael mentioned it.
That is kind of a weird coincidence because I didn't know what you guys were going to be talking about before, so that's just interesting.
I probably should have notified you about this.
I know. Well, no, it worked a lot because it's like I'm a fucking psychic.
You apparently are, dude. You really should do that for a living now.
Has he
just be a psychic for a living.
Yeah, fuck it, might as well. All right, I'm having a revelation. Bruce Willis is gonna sacrifice himself and destroy the asteroid and save the world. Armageddon ending. Ha! I told you.
Ah!
They'll get.
And it happened. And it happened.
Good
That's right.
job. You did it.
Urban Legend
But-
reboot. I did see. So before we get onto that, I did see an article on the Urban Legend reboot. It's the article I saw showed like a picture of Slender Man. So I thought, are they making a Slender Man movie or what's going on here?
Wait, we already have a Slender Man movie that came out years ago, and it was a piece of shit. So
It was. There are plenty of Slender Man fan films you can watch on YouTube. Honestly, there was a lot of craze for like people making Slender Man movies on YouTube before the Hollywood version came out, but no, nobody cares about that piece of shit. Anyway,
it's literally a bunch of stupid characters like seeing this like curse for like Slender Man, and then they like, oh, let's see what we can do by Googling it. And it's like,
dude,
no,
they don't even. Well, actually, they don't even call it Google.
Right,
they
you
call it
just
a
did
web.
Mark
They call it a
Ruffalo
website video. A website video.
This is the one thing.
There.
What's up?
Yeah. What, Michael?
He did.
Oh no, well,
He did his Mark Ruffalo impression there.
Like Mark Ruffalo.
well, here's what interests me. I actually went back and watched the original Slenderman trailer, the first trailer that came out. And I don't know if you guys know. Were you guys well aware of like the Slenderman stabbing where those two girls stabbed her friend?
No.
No.
Okay, well, I don't want to go on too much of it, but basically there was this real life case in 2014 where it was three friends and these two girls like were obsessed with Slenderman, and they actually started to think he was real. And there's a Slenderman lore where you have to kill somebody and sacrifice them for to make sure Slenderman doesn't kill your family. These two girls lured their friend into a forest and stabbed her 17 times. Thankfully, she survived. The two girls were arrested. There was a documentary made about it on HBO. And when the trailer for the Slenderman movie first got released, there was this whole big outlash on the movie by the victim's father by trying to get Sony to cancel the movie, to the point where Sony had to acquire an extra $3 million just to do extensive reshoots.
That's just stupid. But
so no, but seriously, if you watch the first trailer for the Slenderman movie and watch the actual movie, none of the scenes from the first trailer are in the movie. Not one scene is actually in the final movie.
That's just ridiculous, dude. But
Yeah.
regardless, we don't really need to pull up an article. We can just go ahead and talk a little bit about this our history with Urban Legend if we've seen the movies. So I have only seen the first two films because it is a trilogy.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Yeah, Urban Legend's Final Cut, and Urban Legend's Bloody Mary.
Oh, I did not. I've only seen the first two.
Yeah, I've seen the first Urban Legend, and I've seen Final Cut.
I've heard the first one is good. The others are terrible.
Well, they're not all of them. They're not all like great, but the first Urban Legend's more of a guilty pleasure, I would say.
Even like I will say this though, I like the first Urban Legend quite a bit, but the killer reveal, because yes, it is another who is it kind of movie, who done it. The killer reveal is so obvious.
Oh my god! So the whole so when you watch the movie, it's more like a no, yeah. That's basically what
that movie is literally the definition of a is literally like the most obvious killer reveal that you can think of in a 90s horror film.
It is a unique take on slashers, though. I mean, even though it is still very cliched and all the characters are cliche, the idea of a killer killing people that resembles like the famous urban legends, like the don't turn on the light urban legend, the Hookman urban legend, the someone's in the backseat urban legend. It is actually a pretty clever idea that I think could actually work really good as a reboot. So, I mean, I'm wondering what they're going to do for this.
What I really like is in the reboot, it has Catherine McNamara in it, which I'm a fan of her.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, we
Uh,
got someone. I mean, we got Madeline Klein coming in from Glass Onion to the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboots. So there we go.
I find this funny. I find this funny that they announced this after the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot trailer came out. Because
like as soon as that happens, it's like, oh yeah, we got another one for you guys, Urban Legend.
Because Urban Legend came out a year after I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Exactly. So that's kind of funny.
Are they
doing this again?
Are they saying this Urban Legend movie is like it's just like in the pre-production thing, like it's not filming or anything like that?
I think it is in pre-production right now.
Okay, because if that was the case, that'd be interesting to get 3 revitalized early 90s, early 2000s horror movies in the same year with I Know What You Did Last Summer and Final Destination.
It says in the article here, while plot details are unknown, sources say the story aims to be an examination of what an urban legend looks like in a post-digital world.
Okay.
Now that's cool. So yeah,
that's going to be interesting because there's a lot of great urban legends out there, especially nowadays with Screen Gems.
Yep.
Oh boy.
We know how this is going to go.
But hey, I can say this: they might make a good movie out of this.
Yeah, you never know.
Like,
I mean,
look, if we just think back to films like fucking When the Bow Breaks or Tarot or
the right guy or something.
The Perfect Guy.
The Perfect Guy. Or what was that one with Michael Ealy and fucking Dennis Quaid?
The Intruder. But that movie was funny. Like
it was.
Oh, and guess I'm sorry to cut you off. Guess who's producing the new Urban Legend reboot?
Is it Jason Blum?
No.
Who?
Gary Doberman, who produced Until Dawn.
Oh Lord. Okay, but we don't. Do we know who's directing this?
Nope.
I don't. I'm looking at it. I'm looking up the information right now. There's not a whole lot of information.
Shanra Wakefield is penning the script.
Ooh, I don't recognize that name.
Wait, who is it?
Shanra Wakefield. I think that's how you pronounce her name.
Shanra Wakefield. I don't think I've ever heard that name.
Yeah. Neil Moritz, who was one of the producers of the original, is in negotiations to produce this reboot as well.
All right.
Oh, there, I'm looking at what she's written right now. Shenra Wakefield. She's got 10 previous writing credits. She has never written a screenplay for a film. I've never even heard of these shows. She wrote a screenplay. She wrote a couple episodes of a TV show called Oz Girl. I've never even heard of that. The Guild, The Librarians. Okay, well, you know what?
I heard The Librarians.
Okay, well, you know what? Maybe we could have some hope. There are some people that have never written feature films before that ended up showcasing how talented they were. Like, for example, Diablo Cody, Juno, Jennifer's Body. I mean, she was really talented.
For sure, dude. Hold on. I was taking a look at
let's see.
I was taking a look at a couple of the writing credit, the writers for Until Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that one of the writers wrote The Nun and Annabelle.
I'm not surprised. It's funny, dude. When I saw you guys haven't seen Until Dawn yet, have you?
No.
My theater didn't even play Until Dawn, so
which really surprises me because it's not an independent film. It was a big, wide release film, so that surprises me that it didn't play at yours.
Released by Screen Gems.
Yeah, but here's you want to know what's even funnier though, Michael?
What's that?
My theater played Tarot. They played Tarot. They didn't play they're not playing Until Dawn, but they played Tarot.
Until Dawn is way better than Tarot, but that's not really saying much.
That's not going to say a whole lot, though. Even though I'm not somebody who's played the Until Dawn game, but with Tarot, I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now, Taro. They're cards. Like, we're supposed to be scared of cards.
Tarot was one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen in my life. It made a lot of money, surprisingly, but it is one of the worst I've ever seen.
Oh my god, dude, the characters. Like,
What
you have
characters?
You literally have some of the worst characters you will ever see in horror films.
Like, fucking Jacob Batalon was the only. Jacob Batalon was like the only one that seemed like he was having a good time. Other than that, like, it was just. Bleh.
Well, I mean, I can say he redeemed himself with Novocaine, so there you go.
Novocaine, yeah, that's a good one right there. But it was pretty bad. But I don't know. Novocaine was good, but I don't know what's going on with this new urban legend film. I mean, do you guys, even though the original ones aren't like considered classics, do you guys have hope for this? Or do you think like it probably might not really live up? Because I wouldn't really say there's any huge hype going into this, because they're not, the original movies are not beloved or anything. So do you think this could be like maybe like another opportunity to hopefully revitalize a franchise that wasn't great and maybe give us a better franchise?
Maybe.
I think we have a potential one in our hands.
Or it could be just a cash grab.
It could.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of like a recent example here, like of movies where it's like it's the pure definition of a cash grab. Where it's like they just made it to make money. Oh, I know it. Mufasa.
Until Dawn.
Mufasa's more of a cash grab, honestly, than Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Until Dawn actually had a much better concept.
It did. It's just the reason I kind of said it was a cash grab is because other than the fact that Peter Stormare is in Until Dawn and the fact that there are certain little small tiny Easter eggs, it's a completely different movie. Like the movie adaptation of Until Dawn is so different. They actually could have easily called it something else, like, if I'm being honest. So I guess maybe that could be a recent example. But Mufasa was just boring as hell. Like, nobody's talking about that movie. And even though like it did make its money, nobody's talking about it.
I still have.
You want to know and you want to know the movie that people were talking about the weekend it came out? Yeah, you guessed it. It was Sonic.
Sonic.
You guessed it. Yeah.
Because Mufasa made $700 million. Jesus.
Like, people cared more about Sonic the Hedgehog, one of the fastest creatures in the universe, and also one of the most terrifying vampires like that you can think of with Nosferatu. Well, people cared more about that than Mufasa.
Well, because Sonic 3 was actually good.
It's the best of the films.
Yes, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't know how to really feel about this urban legend reboot being announced. I like the first two films, but again, like Michael said, I think they could give this one a chance, like, to really revitalize this franchise and maybe actually make it worth something again.
Why do I feel like this film is not going to be marketed well? It's just going to come out and then people are going to forget about it.
It probably, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes sometimes surprises can happen. What I'm waiting for is my slasher film concept, which I've told Luke about this, my 4th of July one. Come on, the 4th of You Die.
That's a nice title there.
The 4th of You Die, exactly. I mean, it sounds interesting. And just about a killer Uncle Sam, like, and just don't give the characters any development, just kill them.
Exactly. That's just one thing to do. Like, you're setting out to do one thing and one thing only, and you need to stick to that goal.
That's the problem with a lot of slasher movies, is that they always try to give more. So, like, they always want to give a lot more character development to characters, but they also just want to be a mindless slasher film. It's like, guys, you got to do one or the other. You can't have a lot of these deep character moments and then just have it be goofy and gory. I mean, it's worked before a couple times, but you have to know how to balance it. I think Thanksgiving was one of the best examples of how to do it properly.
Yeah.
The Terrifier 2 and 3.
There you go.
Like those two films balance that perfectly, because the second one is morely about, like some of like the trauma that Sienna has, like especially revolving around her dad. But in the third one, it's morely like about like her guilt, like surviving the attack of Art the Clown. Like it's about her guilt.
And also showing how people are obsessed with killers and how you have people that constantly want to interview the victims without actually thinking about how they really feel about the event. So
exactly. That's why Sienna went a little bit crazy when Elliot, like when Jonathan's roommate's girlfriend asked her about it, and I'm like, I don't blame her. So
no, the Terrifier. Yeah, Terrifier 3 did a really good job, but I don't know. So I think for the Urban Legend reboots, how would you guys rank that as far as like excited, slight, or like not really?
I'd say 50-50.
I'd put it like slightly, not in the middle, but like a little bit above, maybe.
Like this is where I'm landing right here.
I would tell because I never seen the original.
The first one's fun. Like it's fun, but you will see the killer reveal coming from a mile away.
Oh yeah.
Like you will see it coming a mile away. That's the biggest problem I think with most modern slashers is killer reveals. Like quite a few of them you see coming a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones in Hard Eyes, saw them coming a mile away. Hell of a Summer. So I saw, dude, the killers in Hell of a Summer, I saw that coming a mile away. Like,
I would say Thanksgiving, but Luke, I remember you telling me that you did not expect that. But the reason I expected the killer in Thanksgiving, wait, Michael, you saw Thanksgiving, right?
Yes, I was on a watch along with this guy.
That's right, you were. Okay, just in case if people are watching, I'm just gonna put my hand up for this real quick. Okay, so anyways, I knew it was Patrick Dempsey because out of all the actors, Patrick Dempsey was like the most famous actor in that movie, and I just kept thinking they would not get someone as big as Patrick Dempsey to be in this movie for no reason at all. So I was like, it's Patrick. And then when I saw the reveal, I'm like, yeah.
Well, I thought at one point it was Bobby, because there was one point like in the same warehouse like where the sheriff was at. He was walking, like it looked like he was walking around in a John Carver costume.
Right.
So that's why I was thinking it was him. So, and that was why like my brain was like, it's got to be Bobby. And then when it's revealed that it's the sheriff, I'm like, wait.
I kind of knew.
Wait a second. No, like wait a second. He wasn't there at the dinner table.
Speaking of
watching the film, I kind of knew it was Patrick Dempsey as well.
Speaking of Patrick,
I'm trying to be honest here. He was not at the dinner table. Like when they were streaming the whole, like, we're all going to go around the table to say what we're thankful for. He wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly.
He was there with the whole team. So there had to have been a second killer.
He was probably hiding behind something.
I'm just saying, man.
Well, speaking of Patrick Dempsey, I really hope I look like that when I'm 60 years old.
He is a good-looking man, I will tell you that. No homo.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'm just saying, like, just from my personal experience with Thanksgiving, it's just I didn't see that one coming because, like, he wasn't there at the dinner table. Like that was one of the things. He was there. He was there with the rest of his team.
Yeah.
So, in my mind, that's how I'm processing it. So, but again, I digress. But let's go ahead and move on to our next topic here tonight.
Wrestler says no excitement for Urban Legend reboot. I don't think they'll do it right.
So, if you guys remember with the production company that produced The Day the Earth Blew Up, the newest Looney Tunes movie, Ketchup Entertainment, they have now obtained the rights for Coyote versus Acme. So yes, this is awesome news right here. So we're gonna pull up an article on Will Forte's reaction to this save right here, which is honestly a miracle for Looney Tunes fans.
I never thought this movie was going to come out. Like, I never thought it was going to.
So yeah, it says the actor stars in the Looney Tunes film. Got it. Sorry. What the heck? Is it not showing up on my end? Because now I see it.
I was gonna say I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, because I don't know what's going on with mine. Stars in the Looney Tunes film, which was recently saved by Ketchup Entertainment. Again, dude, this after being scrapped by Warner Brothers. So yeah, I think at this point, because of the fact that Coyote versus Acme is now being bought by Ketchup Entertainment, and same thing what happened with The Day the Earth Blew Up. Warner Brothers just might as well just sell the property at this point of Looney Tunes and just give it to Ketchup Entertainment, and so that way they can make more Looney Tunes movies. So
just say fuck you to David Zaslav.
Honestly, yes. Featuring Forte and John Cena opposite an animated Wile E. Coyote, became the most talked about movie in Hollywood in late 2023 when The Hollywood Reporter broke the news that Warner Brothers intended to scrap the movie as a part of a $115 million write-down. It appeared it would never be released, but a social media campaign to save the project helped lead an acquisition a deal between Ketchup Entertainment and Warner for the worldwide rights. I never thought it would happen, so it just came out of nowhere, and I'm so thrilled, said by Will Forte. Thank you, Ketchup Entertainment. I'm so excited for people to see this movie. I'm going to promote the crap out of it. Just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll go. I'll do whatever to go to the top of Mount Everest. I'm there. That's like the way that Will Forte said that was pretty funny. I can't lie. That was funny.
Hey, Will Forte, can you get everybody to get up and say "fuck you, David Zaslav"?
Yes, please. Because at this point, it's like why is Zaslav just he buried enough movies that are so freaking good that they did not deserve to be buried, like Juror Number 2.
Yeah,
like that movie was buried by Warner Brothers, and it didn't deserve to be. It's a great film. So, but again, I digress. The film, directed by Dave Green and produced by Chris Defaria and James Gunn. Now, I did not know this was being produced by James Gunn.
That makes it interesting.
Does not yet have a release date.
Yeah, still no set release date. Let me see. I need to see with Dave Green.
Even Will Forte said, my thoughts were that it's fucking bullshit. It's such a delightful movie. There's so much better.
I just looked at I looked at Dave Green's directing credits. He directed freaking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. That movie's garbage. I don't like that movie at all. That movie's terrible.
It's a guilty pleasure for me.
But he also directed the film Earth to Echo, which is like a little found footage film. That's actually pretty decent.
It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite alien kids find alien movie though.
It's definitely an E.T. ripoff. Like it's definitely like if E.T. was found footage, basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies like that. I mean, like Super 8 is basically our generation's E.T., but I love Super 8.
Yeah. But then like I said, you look at something like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, and that movie is really freaking bad.
Is it better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 though?
It is.
Yes.
But that's not saying much.
That's not saying.
That's not saying much at all.
I saw.
Is
both
it better
of
than
those.
the original first two Teenage
No.
Mutant Ninja Turtles movies?
Hell,
Oh no! And
Those are
dude,
classics.
it's not even better than the 2007 TMNT movie.
That is an underrated animated film.
And you want to know another one that's better?
What's
Mutant Mayhem is
that? I loved Mutant
way
Mayhem.
better.
I never
Why
seen
have we
Mutant
not got a
Mayhem.
sequel to that yet? Oh, it's so good.
Michael,
So good.
get off my screen. Dude, how have you not watched Mutant Mayhem?
Michael!
I
Fucking Dwight from The Office.
I'm gonna say this right now. Mutant Mayhem is the best one.
Mutant
I said
Mayhem
it.
is incredible.
That's the best one. I don't care. It's the best one.
It is. No, it is.
Well, I did see those two Michael Bay produced TMNT movies in the theater.
The first one.
Garbage.
I mean,
those are
okay,
terrible.
Yeah, they were garbage, but you can't lie. In
They're
the Michael Bay
watchable.
ones, you can't. No, I wouldn't really say they're watchable, but you can't deny that, like, as far as like the turtles go, they really did nail like the turtles in the movie. But the movie itself, yeah, it was garbage.
Well, I will say this: like I'll say they nailed the personalities for sure in both films, but with how they designed the characters, I felt like defeated the point because they made them gigantic and they made them superhuman. Is basically what they are. That defeats the point. I'm sorry, it just defeats the point.
I do love the MC Mikey scene.
Like that's pretty funny and all, but like.
But no, I definitely agree with you though, Luke.
Mutant Mayhem is like Mutant Mayhem is everything I could have asked for out of a Ninja Turtles movie. Like they actually did everything I wanted them to do.
I actually do like the animation.
Very reminiscent of Spider-Verse when you really look at it. Oh man. Like, dude, I have never gone back to the theater so quick in my life than I did watching Mutant Mayhem. Like, I saw that movie 3 times within 1 week. I kid you not. I saw that movie in theaters 3 times within 1 week. That should tell you something about it.
It was great.
Old Restless says those Michael Bay Turtles movies look like hot garbage. I'm sorry.
They are hot garbage. Honestly, they are.
I disagree. You want to hear something funny? Want to hear something funny? One of my friends was like, "Oh no, I don't want to see that 2014 TMNT film." So you know what I did? I went to his house one time. I brought it over. He did not know that I was bringing that film over, and I got him to watch it.
You are so cruel.
I basically tortured him because he was like, "Oh no, that movie looks like garbage." I was like, "No, it's not. I saw it in the theater. It's not garbage." I actually thought it was decent.
You know, I got a better idea. How about they make a live action? Or do we have any Jimmy Neutron fans? How about we get a live action version of Ultra Lord?
Yes.
I'd
rather get that.
Of Ultra Lord.
Ultra Lord.
Let's get Ultra Lord. Fuck it. There's not really any lore other than Sheen, but like
live action would suck.
Ultra Lord?
Like Ultra Lord? What?
Ultra Lord as well.
Bruh, no. Jimmy Neutron, that's classic right there, bro.
Greetings, I am Ultra Lord. Would you like to be my battle buddy?
Yes, Ultra Lord.
Yes. Oh God, let's do it.
Do you wish you're used to, I remember, I'm forgetting the quote.
What does he say?
Do you remember to use your powers for good and not evil?
Yes, Ultra Lord. Yes, I do. And I present
And take this mask with pride.
I'll take it, please. But is this kid with anyone?
Is this kid with anyone? Classic.
I'm like, that wouldn't happen because not a lot of people talk about Jimmy Neutron. It's kind of forgotten about.
Which is unfortunate because I thought it was one of the most underrated Nickelodeon properties.
It's honestly one of the best. Like,
I still watch it. I have Paramount Plus. Every now and then I'll just put on an episode because Jimmy Neutron's father, Hugh Neutron, is underrated.
I love Hugh. He's so freaking funny. Jimmy, breakfast.
Yes,
Time to come down.
Quack,
Quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack, quack.
Quack,
I
yeah.
never watched the series. I always thought the series looked terrible. I mean, the movie is is
Well,
you know
well,
not bad.
the animation from the movie wasn't great to begin with either. But I think it was kind of the
It looks
point.
so like if you compare it to like some other like cheaply animated movies like that are done nowadays, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius looks like a freaking masterpiece. Like when it comes to animation.
Definitely, but
So
Well, you know what? Never
but
say never. They could do a Jimmy Neutron live action. We got a Dora live action film.
which actually was really solid.
it wasn't
It
that
was
bad.
not bad.
I don't really like the idea of Danny Trejo voicing Boots though. That was like completely because I heard
That
Danny
was out of
Trejo
left
in the
field.
movie. So when I saw the movie, I didn't really look up the cast. I just heard Danny Trejo was in it. I'm like, oh, maybe he might be Dora's grandpa or like an uncle or something. Because Boots has like a kid's voice, but he doesn't talk through the movie. And then when I heard Dora, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck was that?
That's funny. I mean, I will tell you though that Isabella Merced got the characteristics perfectly with Dora. Like she got that perfect. And trying to like, do something a little bit different rather than just the same old stereotypical crap that I remember as a kid.
Now she's great because I mean I of course forgive her for Madam Web, but now she's in the Last of Us TV show and she's really good in it. So
She's gonna be in Superman.
Yeah.
Yep. She was in Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Kaylee Spenny. Yeah, Isabella Merced. Then she was like in some Netflix movie with Jason Momoa. But no, but going back to like the whole coyote
Sweet
thing.
Girl. Ew.
Sweet Girl, yeah. So I mean,
that was bad.
Going back to that coyote
that.
thing, do you guys oh no, that's fine. Do you guys like have anticipation for this movie? Is it like you guys were dying to see this film, or is it just nice to see that a canceled movie is being released?
No, I've been dying to see this film.
I kind of like, how do I say this? I don't know. I wasn't like, like super duper excited when they announced this. I was like, okay, cool. And then when I saw, I think it was like about 2 weeks ago, I checked out The Day the Earth Blew Up, the new Looney Tunes movie. And I was like,
yeah.
Thank God Ketchup Entertainment purchased the rights for Kylie versus Acme because that was awesome. So yeah, now my excitement actually has skyrocketed because of me watching The Day the Earth Blew Up. So
I am very interested. I highly doubt this one, but I mean this is a Warner Brothers thing. So if this got released, do you guys maybe have like anticipation that the Batgirl movie will finally be released?
No.
They could probably pull the trigger. They could do it.
It was one of their more expensive cutoff movies. I mean, I think the budget for that movie was like $99 million or something. I can't remember fully, but still, it was a big budget movie and stuff. So just seeing like they cancel a superhero movie just is curious because superhero movies are always like the ones that studios always seem to always bank on because they think that's what makes the most money. So I've always wanted to know why Batgirl was canceled.
It was a $90 million budget.
Yeah, 90 million. Yeah, so there you go. That's still even better.
Yeah. Oh, Restless agrees with me. Nobody wants to see Batgirl.
I don't know. You never know though, dude. They could do it.
Nobody wanted to see Madam Web, but look where we are now.
Point taken. So,
there you
go. But regardless, no, we did not. Give me the 3 Venom movies over Morbius, Madam Web, and Kraven the Hunter.
I would rather watch all 3 of them. I'd rather watch The Last Dance, even though I did enjoy aspects of that movie. I'd rather watch that over Morbius, Madam Web, and Kraven the Hunter. Don't even ask it. I just saw Nostalgia Critic's review that he did of Kraven the Hunter. That review spoke for itself.
Yeah, so yeah. Before we get more heated in Kraven the Hunter, not really. Let's take a deep breath because we got some new stuff to talk about that's coming up in May. So let's talk about them. Let's take a look at the release schedule for what we got coming up. Because we got some big ones, baby. And when I'm talking big ones, I'm talking big. Like we got some big ones.
I like them big.
I
won't sing the whole song.
Don't do
like them
that.
big, I cannot lie.
That's not the one, but okay. Anyways, let's go
I
on.
know.
No, I know what he's referring to, but still.
Yeah.
I think we all know what he's referring to. I was just looking on IMDb here really quick. Looks like we might have a confirmed runtime with Jurassic World Rebirth.
From
what I'm reading, it says 2 hours and 14 minutes.
That's a fair runtime.
All
right. So again, I'm still really conflicted on how I'm going to feel about it because, I really don't feel it.
I still have to watch Fallen Kingdom and Dominion.
I'm going to be completely honest. I really don't think people were asking for another one. Like with how Dominion turned out for a lot of people were like, no, we're done.
I could not stand Dominion. I haven't watched Dominion since. I have really had no desire to watch it again. It was just one of the most expensive disappointments ever.
So yeah, just here we go. All right, let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's get right to it. So kicking off May, we have Thunderbolts.
I've been hearing a lot of great things about Thunderbolts, so I'm very excited for it.
If you watched earlier, we talked about the first reactions.
A lot of people are loving it.
Which is awesome to hear. I'm really happy about this. So maybe, and I mean this like a heavy maybe, we might have our first win with Marvel this year. Because Captain America Brave New World, that movie honestly gets worse for me every time I think about it. Like, it's such a frustrating movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, it wasn't like horrendous, like it was unwatchable, but
okay.
It was just there was just something about it that was just kind of like, no.
Like
it's not a good movie by any means.
No,
it's not. No, so, but again, it's just everything that honestly that could have gone wrong with the film honestly did go wrong. Like
a lot of
they did every possible red flag that I was fearful of going in. So, but it's from a guy that directed the Netflix miniseries Beef that was produced by A24. So I think that's honestly one thing that will help this movie. And this time, it's not being helmed by 5 or 6 freaking writers. It's actually being helmed by only 2. So, because that was a common problem with most recent MCU movies, is that they just have way too many writers. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for Thunderbolts this weekend. Then we got another Simple Favor, which I'll watch, but I'm not really like dying to watch it. I enjoyed the first film, but the whole sequel. Yeah, that's a sequel. Another Simple Favor. Like nobody really asked for a sequel to A Simple Favor. Nobody really asked for that.
I never even heard
I certainly didn't. And plus the sequel announcement for it came out of freaking nowhere. So, but regardless, let's go ahead and keep moving.
Yeah.
Might be some better ones that we could talk about.
The following
like Fight or Flight.
Fight or Flight.
A brand new action comedy starring Josh Hartnett.
Which actually looks fun. It's like Bullet Train, but on a plane.
It looks fucking goofy, dude. It looks really goofy.
And Mike did not even want to watch the trailer.
It's so freaking funny.
I'm actually very interested to see the other movie that shows up on there. It's Shadow Force. I saw a little teaser of it. The reason I'm interested to see it, it's being directed by the same guy who directed The Gray, if anybody remembers that movie with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Joe Carnahan. Yeah. I'm a fan of Joe Carnahan, so yeah. I'll keep my eye out for that one.
My favorite movie that he did is actually an adaptation, and nobody talks about it, but I think it was great. It was the A-Team movie. I like that movie a lot.
I like the A-Team. It's pretty good, but I really enjoy I mean, I love The Gray. I really enjoy Cop Shop, one that he did with
Cop
Gerard
Shop.
Butler and Frank Grillo,
That was
and
a really
also
underrated film.
Mr. Peanut Butter on My Penis from Halloween 2018.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah, the guy that literally says, "Oh, I got peanut butter on my penis." Like,
I do.
and I'm like, okay, you kind of botched it there, but like, whatever.
Then we
I
got.
mean, I guess. I mean,
saw the
haven't we
trailer.
all ran into that in our lives where we accidentally got peanut butter on our, you know what?
Jesus Christ.
Anyways,
Regardless,
I actually did see the trailer for this film, Friendship, which
I'm a
was
big fan of
released
Tim
last year.
Robinson, so I'm very excited for that.
It was released.
all
last
I really
year,
need to.
and a wide release.
This is the second movie that Paul Rudd is doing with A24 this year, which is crazy
It
to think about.
Death of a Unicorn was the first one, right?
You are correct. And
Yep.
Michael, I'm telling you right now, man, I have not finished it yet. I watched it. I watched like more than half of it while I was at work today, while I was on breaks.
It's an interesting movie.
Really solid movie so far, man. It's really freaking funny.
It was an interesting film.
I mean, you can't really find another movie that's literally called Death of a Unicorn. So there's
Sounds
no
like
other movie titled that.
Sounds like an anime heavy metal band.
Oh, it definitely does. Anyways, let's go ahead and keep going. Another one that I'm excited for, Clown in the Cornfield.
That looks good.
Kevin Durant's gonna be in this one, so heck yeah.
Gotta love me some Kevin Durant. Juliet and Romeo.
I also just remembered that Kevin Durant's also gonna be in the new Naked Gun movie coming out in August.
Oh, nice.
The new Naked Gun movie looks incredible.
That looks hilarious. Like, what do you want, little one? Removes the Girl Scout mask.
Your ass.
Your ass.
I mean, when it comes to getting a new actor for Naked Gun, it's hard to get better than Liam Neeson. It's
because nobody gives him credit for like the comedic side of his talent. Like,
oh, Liam Neeson's hilarious, and not only that, let's also not forget of what was I going to say? Let's also not forget that their names are very similar. Liam Neeson, Leslie Nielsen. They got an actor that has the initials LN. So there you go. That was stupid.
It's gonna be pretty hard for Liam Neeson to top Leslie Nielsen.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it will, but I mean, with Seth MacFarlane producing it and Akiva Schaffer directing it, I'm like, you got me. You're good.
Okay, I did not even know about this one coming up. Juliet and Romeo. How original is that, guys? It's very similar to the Gretel and Hansel thing where they're like, let's make a Romeo and Juliet movie. I don't know about that. I have an idea. Let's switch the names. Now it's Juliet and Romeo. No.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we'll keep. Let's just go and keep. Let's just keep going. No other. Okay, May 16th. Final Destination: Bloodlines.
Here we go.
Oh boy! I mean, with what we read with the little premonition on the opening, that certainly has my intrigue. But I really do not want this one to suck because it took them 14 years to make another one.
Who's directing this one is the good question.
Let me. Oh. I know. Let's see. Zach Lebowski and Adam Stein. The guys that did Freaks.
Was that Emil Hirsch?
Yeah.
That was actually a really good movie. Okay.
I have not seen Freaks, but just hearing that, I'm like, okay, I'll give this one a try.
It was. They also directed the live action made for TV Kim Possible movie.
Yeah, but we can look past that. Anyways, we also.
I'm looking forward to.
Yep, the Weekends movie.
Which I already got my fan event ticket.
Also starring Jenna Ortega, Riley Keough, and Barry Keoghan.
Riley Keough's in the movie.
Yep.
How much you want to bet she's gonna get naked? Like, can someone name me a Riley Keough performance where she doesn't take her clothes off? It happens a lot.
I remember she did that in Logan Lucky, though. I know that.
There was another. She did it in The Devil All the Time, Under the Silver Lake with Andrew Garfield, The Lodge. It's like, well, Riley Keough does like to do that a lot.
And so I mean, this is the thing that really intrigues me about Hurry Up Tomorrow is that this is from the same guy that made It Comes at Night, which I know is a horribly mismarketed movie, but I love It Comes at Night. Like it's a movie that really flips like what you would expect from that kind of film on its head.
The marketing for the movie was just, it was cool, but like it was just it was horrible marketing for the movie because it made the audience think they were going to get something crazy, but it just wasn't.
Yeah, but I love It Comes at Night personally, so there we go.
Well, hopefully,
so Hurry Up Tomorrow with The Weeknd, Jenna Ortega, Barry Keoghan. I'm interested, so hopefully it doesn't suck.
Yeah. Like I said, I already got my fan ticket ready, so seeing it early.
There we go. All right, let's get to the next week right here. May 23rd, we got the big one, dude. My most anticipated film of the summer, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
All right.
Dude, Tom freaking Cruise. Yes. Oh my god, dude. I'm actually gonna still rewatch all the Mission Impossible movies before seeing The Final Reckoning. I've seen these movies quite a few times. Namely, the first one. Like the first one is awesome. I mean, the second one's the weakest, but I'm not like one of those people that like flat out hates the second one. There's just it's just that John Woo's style does not fit a Mission Impossible movie. So
I said this before. These films, I probably won't see them. They're not my cup of tea.
You never know, Michael. You know the famous saying, "Don't knock it till you try it." You actually never know, dude. These movies might actually you actually might even end up loving these movies. Mission Impossible is I'm going to be completely honest, my favorite action franchise of all time.
Okay.
Like after 3, you have a continuous streak of movies that get better and better as they progress. Now look, I prefer Fallout over Dead Reckoning, but still, that's not saying a ton because both movies are like amazing in my mind. So
I prefer the Jason Bourne movies, but Mission Impossible is great.
I mean, you can't get better than Tom Cruise doing these like overly crazy stunts. I mean, even a lot of the motorcycle stunts in Mission Impossible too. Like he is, oh man. And that man is literally is 63, I think. He's 63 years old.
Hopefully I look like that at 63.
Hopefully he can perform stunts like that at 63, dude, because freaking dude, I don't know anyone better than Tom Cruise to perform these stunts at the age that he is.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is the GOAT.
I mean, if you've seen the trailer to The Final Reckoning, he literally dangles from a jet. And I'm like, how do you do it, Tom Cruise?
He's too faithful.
I mean, he literally climbed the Burj Khalifa in Ghost Protocol. And dude, if Jeremy Renner did not catch his leg by the time he hit his head against the window, he would have died. Like seriously, because there was barely any safety precautions during that. So, dude, you have to commend Tom Cruise for his bravery.
He's a beautiful man.
So, yeah, okay. Sorry for the little rant there, but
that's okay.
I just can't help but gush over Mission Impossible. Literally, I love those movies. And The Final Reckoning has a lot of potential to be the best one. So
yeah, he's perfect.
I mean, and confirmed runtime of 2 hours and 49 minutes because Dead Reckoning was about that long. To be completely fair, Dead Reckoning was around that runtime. So, which means nearly 3 hours of awesomeness. Bring it.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, real quick before we go on, I do want to say I actually do have to leave right now. I won't be able to stick to the for the whole thing, but I've been happy to be here for the hour and 30 minutes that I've been here. But thank you guys so much. I gotta do a couple things for my movie. Shh, we don't talk about it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for having me on here, Michael. If you would like a link to watch my movie, then you should watch it, man, and you should do a review of it.
All right.
But there you go.
You're gonna give it an F. Or you could say Dark Cherry was horrible, but you know what else is? But you know what is great? Chairman of the board.
You know what's great? You know what's great? Like I'm gonna do like Mr. Entity. I'll do this for you. Like you know what's great? Chairman of the board. You want to know what's not so great? Mission Impossible. Like,
Yes, I was gonna
that's
say that.
Michael. That's literally you. That is literally you, and you haven't even watched a single Mission Impossible movie. Like, stop trolling me with that and actually watch them. Like, they're good.
We're gonna make it happen, Michael. Okay.
You're gonna get it, dude. We're gonna make you watch those movies.
He's blushing. It's gonna happen, Michael. It's going to happen.
I've seen the trailers for them like throughout the years. I'm like, I can't get into it.
I'm gonna take you to. I'm flying to New York right now. Oh boy.
I mean, come on now, dude. I literally have all 7 movies on Steelbook. Like, I have all of them. I'm clearly a fan. So,
well, gentlemen, you guys have a safe night, and I will see you next time.
All right, see you later, buddy.
Good night, guys.
Night.
All right, I had to troll you with that. You know I had to do it.
Yeah.
Because you love to troll me with Kraven the Hunter, so payback, motherfucker. Regardless,
I'm like, if you get me to do a watch along of Mission Impossible, everybody's gonna have to do a Kraven the Hunter watch along.
That's not gonna happen because
I know
because the Mission Impossible movies are way more worth your time. Because you know why? They don't make me because they don't make me physically pissed off. They're an adrenaline rush. There you go. And I perfectly explained it for you right there. Anyways, I digress. Sorry, I apologize for anyone that got annoyed for a 10-minute Mission Impossible rant, but I'm sorry. Anyways, Lilo and Stitch also comes out that same weekend. We already know that's going to be the box office darling that weekend.
That's going to be the number one.
Possible $1 billion hit right there. But we'll see what happens. We also got on Netflix Fear Street Prom Queen.
I have seen this.
Yeah, Fear Street Prom Queen. This is the 4th Fear Street movie. I am one of those people that I did not really like the first one all that much. I thought it was just okay. I really enjoyed part 2, and I did really enjoy part 3. Now with this one seems pretty interesting. So
I did not know that this was a book series by R.L. Stine.
Well, this is based on the book The Prom Queen by R.L. Stine. I don't know if this is necessarily like a like Fear Street's like necessarily like a book series. Like, if anyone wants to correct me on that, please do so in the comments.
Yeah, it says Fear Street book series.
Okay, I was right. Okay, you're right then. Anyways, but yeah, I'm interested with this one because I enjoyed the Fear Street sequels. I did not like the first one at all. So let's see, The Last Rodeo. I do not care. That's another Angel Studios film that I will not see. All right, let's continue.
Yeah.
All right, then Karate Kid Legends we have on the 30th, which I'm a lot way more skeptical on than I really should be. Honestly, this is kind of becoming a Brave New World situation where, as we're getting closer, I'm honestly getting less excited for this movie. Like, I'm being completely honest. I think I'm honestly getting less excited for this movie. Because if you really think about it from the trailers, it's literally the same as the original and the remake. But except you're combining both senseis. So this film could really win me over. But again, though, it honestly might just be the same thing. So I don't know. But then we got also this is probably a limited release because it's supposed to get a wide release on June 6th, which is The Phoenician Scheme, the latest film from writer-director Wes Anderson. Loaded cast right here with Benicio del Toro, Michael Cera, Riz Ahmed, Tom Hanks, Bryan Cranston, Jeffrey Wright, Scarlett Johansson, Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know how that man does it with the stack cast.
Richard Ayoade.
Yep, right there. Rupert Friend, who you guys may remember as Sergey from Companion, and Hope Davis as well. So, yeah. And honestly, sign me up for anything that Wes Anderson does because I am a huge fan of the guy.
Also, Bill Murray and Willem Dafoe.
But those are definitely going to be a lot more like smaller roles for both of them. But Bill Murray was not in Asteroid City by the time that came out because by the time that they were filming Asteroid City, Bill Murray had COVID, so Tom Hanks was his replacement. So it's pretty. So this is now Tom Hanks' second Wes Anderson movie, which is pretty awesome, honestly. I'm glad that Tom Hanks is now actually getting to work with Wes Anderson. So yeah, Phoenician Scheme. I'm definitely more looking forward to that one personally because I'm a Wes Anderson guy. I just love his style. Like, even if the film's not good, it's gonna be a beautifully made movie. I mean, Michael, have you watched the trailer to Asteroid City?
Yes, I have.
You gotta give me this, dude. That movie looks gorgeous.
I never seen it though, but from the trailer, it looks very good.
I mean, like, but again, though, you have to like when it comes to Wes Anderson. You haven't seen any of his movies, have you?
No.
You definitely need to watch like some of his earlier efforts, also including something like Moonrise Kingdom, Grand Budapest Hotel, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Darjeeling Limited, or Rushmore, before you watch something like Asteroid City, so that way you can really get used to his humor. Because his humor,
never seen any of his films.
The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar and Three More is the collection of short films that Wes Anderson did. Yeah, Bottle Rocket was his first film.
Oh yeah, with Owen and Luke Wilson.
Yep. So
I have heard of Bottle Rocket.
But yeah, like I said, you have to watch like some of his earlier efforts before you watch Asteroid City. Because if Asteroid City is the first Wes Anderson film that you ever watch, it will not work for you. So you need to watch some of his earlier efforts before you dive into Asteroid City. So just trying to make myself clear, because I do want more people to watch Asteroid City if they have not watched it. But keep in mind to watch some of his earlier stuff. Also, like Old Wrestler says, Royal Tenenbaums. There you go. So yeah, I think that covers the basis with the main new releases. So yeah, but like I said though, Phoenician Scheme is also going to be released wide in June, so that way everybody knows that. Anyways,
guess we'll move
now let's get to the physical releases for May.
Yep.
We got a couple big ones. And we got a couple big ones coming up in May.
Mm-hmm.
And spoiler alert, they come out on the same day.
Yep.
So just figured I'd get that little spoiler out of the way for you guys before you be like, what is it? What is it? All right, so let's take a look at it right here. So May 6th, we have the 4K for Lilo and Stitch, which is pretty big. Yeah, no,
because of the live action film.
Yep. Also, the 4K of What Lies Beneath. I actually already got my copy of What Lies Beneath. Thank you, Shop Factory.
Nice
for that. I had pre-ordered it already, but they already gave me they already got me my copies. So yeah, thank you, Shop Factory. Gladiator 1 and 2 in a double feature. I think it's a steelbook. That does look like a steelbook. Yeah, it is a steel. That is actually pretty rad. I cannot lie. That's pretty rad. So, all right, May 13th. We got big ones here. Mickey 17, Captain America, Black Bag, and Better Man. Pretty big week right here. I already pre-ordered the steelbook for Mickey 17, and I pre-ordered the 4K Paramount Presents and I already pre-ordered the Paramount Presents 4K for Better Man. I am still thinking about if I want to pre-order Black Bag. I really, really enjoyed that movie. Also, this is the President of Niflheim, not Donald Trump. Wrong.
Demolition now on Arrow, 4K.
But that's just a re-release because it already has a 4K from Arrow.
I do like the Kick-Ass and the Wanted steelbooks.
I think Kick-Ass. I think that's a re-release.
Yeah, it's a steelbook.
Yeah, it's the one that came out like years ago.
Yeah.
But it's literally just a re-release.
I like the Wanted steelbook as well.
Yeah, that steelbook is cool. Why didn't they just give us the one where why didn't they just have like the freaking keyboard on there, like the keyboard letters that spell out fuck you, like, because if you guys get that as a reference to the movie.
Yeah. And I like Wanted. I know there are not a lot of people that like the film, but I think Wanted is a very fun movie.
A little bit too over a little bit too over the top at times, but it's still a fun enough movie. But yeah,
that's in my direction.
But yeah, Mickey 17 and Better Man, like I said, are coming my way. I already have them pre-ordered. Arrow 4Ks of Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. I have the Arrow 4K of the remake of Friday the 13th. So because the remake did. Here. Under the same company, dude. And literally the same template right here. Like, if you can tell from the covers of Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X, it's literally the same template as this poster right here of Friday the 13th. So, and then Prophecy is getting a 4K. It's not the one with Christopher Walken. It's a different kind of creature feature. I will only remember that movie for the sleeping bag kill, where
this has
where something literally whacks a person and sends her flying back and then hits a rock and then her sleeping bag just rips. Yeah. I'll never forget the movie for that. Yeah. So, but yeah, overall though, that is not a very good movie. Very dated. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And like I said, Presence is getting a 4K, another Steven Soderbergh movie. Same was as Black Bag. Presence was boring, honestly, but Black Bag I loved. Honestly, I love Black Bag. Anyways, let's continue.
Well, buying a re-release on Steelbook.
That's a new Steelbook. That's a new Steelbook because literally the old Blu-ray Steelbook is just the poster that you see on the Blu-ray. So. Yeah, that's a new Steelbook. That's not a re-release at all. I will say I like that Steelbook, but
I saw it.
again, nice steelbook, but honestly, I do not like that movie. Like, honestly, I don't like that movie. But anyways, let's continue.
Continue here.
On
May
to
27th.
the next one. Scent of a Woman, Wayne's World 2, Sky Captain of the World of Tomorrow, and Kingpin and Starman getting 4Ks.
Sky Captain of the World of Tomorrow, underrated film that does not deserve the hate that it gets.
I don't necessarily think it's bad. I'm just not a big fan. Oh, and Kingdom of Heaven getting a
Wayne's World
4K
2.
steelbook? I did not notice that Kingdom of Heaven was getting a 4K steelbook.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott movie. I love Kingdom of Heaven. It's a great movie.
Wayne's World 2, very fun sequel, in my opinion.
There we go.
Kingpin, I never seen. But I've heard good things about Kingpin. Starman, one of my favorite John Carpenter films.
Yep. All right. Let's
That's
yeah, not much else to this one. Let's head back up and see the regular let's go ahead and see some of the regular Blu-rays here. Into this one.
Mm-hmm. May.
Oh my god, my eye.
Nothing really.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought I remembered that. I thought I saw like on DVD's release dates that that Screamboat was going to get a Blu-ray on May 2nd or something, but I don't know. Maybe not. It's definitely not like official. It's a burn on demand Blu-ray. But it makes sense. But it makes sense for a movie like that. I mean, the Mean One literally did the same thing. So, but yeah, there's not much else with this one. The Seed of the Sacred Fig. Don't know what that movie is. Heard good things about it though. Anyways, continue. Yep, like I said, Mickey 17, Black Bag, Captain America, Doom Prophecy. Let's see what else. Landman season 1. I think my parents have been watching that show on Paramount Plus. Don't know what else. Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy. I honestly have really no interest in it. I don't even remember if I've even seen the other three in general, honestly. Bridget Jones's Diary, Edge of Reason, and Bridget Jones' Baby. I don't even think I've seen any of them, honestly.
I never seen any of them either.
I don't think I have. They're just not really for me. Capote is getting a media book, the movie that got Philip Seymour Hoffman his Oscar. Cool movie. Yep, Doom Prophecy. Anyways, let's continue. Not much else to offer with that day.
Captain America 4 movie collection. You don't have any of the previous 3 Captain America films, and if you want those films along with Brave New World, there you go.
Yep, for anyone that doesn't have the first 3, I do already. I already have the first 3 on 4K.
Me too. Well,
right,
I think on Blu-ray though.
Yeah, I have them on 4K. Because I'm buying all the I only buy the MCU movies in 4K now. So, but anyways, let's continue.
Nothing on the 16th. Nothing on the 19th.
I see that A Knight's Tale is getting a 4K steelbook. Heck yeah, dude!
I never seen Knight's Tale.
Literally, this is basically how the best way I could describe the movie. You have a period piece about the Knights' days when they're doing jousting, and they're literally singing Queen.
All right. You know what? I think I saw the opening to the film where they're singing "We Will Rock You."
Yeah. So if you think about it in a time period sense, that does not. If you think about it in the time period perspective, does not make a lot of sense. But as a simple, like, shut your brain off kind of movie, it does its job for sure.
So it's a decent film.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right.
Anyways, let's continue. Let's see what else we got down below. Nothing too crazy.
Too crazy.
And then let's get to the 27th.
The 23rd.
23rd, but that's, again, nothing.
Nothing.
27th, the day the Earth blew up.
Finally a Blu-ray.
Yep. There you go with that one. And also Bottoms is getting a Blu-ray as well from Kino. I already have that pre-order. That should be coming to me here very soon.
Lean on Me.
Lean on Me. I've heard about that one. I think Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses is literally on that soundtrack, which is pretty cool. Let's see what other ones we got down below. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too
as
crazy.
As I should have expected.
I didn't even know that they did a Street Fighter animated series.
Did not even know that either.
Oh yeah, the Alto Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's that movie.
Getting a Blu-ray and not a 4K for good measure.
Good reason. That movie does not even deserve a 4K. It's not even that well made of a movie.
I was interested in seeing that film, but my friend from work saw it. He's like, man, it was so bad.
I'm guessing your friend said it was boring.
He did.
And you want to know something right there, man?
He was right.
He's right. It's boring.
So good thing I avoided seeing it.
And then the biggest surprise of 2025 coming out, The Woman in the Yard. I'm shocked. I'm just as shocked as you, Michael, actually, how good that movie was. I'm actually shocked.
I'm shocked that you said it was good because those trailers were terrible.
The trailers were bad, but because the trailers were marketing it as like a Blumhouse ghost movie. That's not that movie. Yes, it has jump scares in there, but the film is more really centered around the family drama. It's not focused on this woman sitting in the yard. Yes, you have that, like I said before. It's a lot more of a thought-provoking movie. So I might pick up The Woman in the Yard if they have it in stores. But yeah, other than that, though, nothing else in here that's like really sticking out to me.
October 8th.
Don't know what that is.
Don't know what that is. Prosecutor with Donnie Yen.
Yeah, nothing else.
Bunch of animated movies that we never heard of.
Definitely low budget animated movies.
Low budget. Yeah.
After that, yeah, we're all set there.
We're all set.
So yeah, got some pretty good ones in here. So yeah, there we go. But as far as like for this week, like I said, I will be receiving my copy of Anora tomorrow. And Thursday I might go for a walk around town and go pick up, if they have them in stores, pick up Last Breath and Paddington in Peru if they have them in stores.
My Barnes & Noble, I checked, they don't have Anora in stock at my Barnes.
Well, it literally just came out, so like they're not going to have it like in stock like right away. I mean, even though like when I went to Barnes & Noble the day that Wicked came out, they had that 4K price for like $50.
Ugh.
And I'm like, look, I love Wicked. I'm not spending $50 on that movie though. I'm not doing it.
It's a great movie. It's a masterpiece, but for $50, no.
No, not at all. But all right, let's just get to the final segment so we can wrap this baby up.
Yep.
Recent physical media pickups. Got anything?
I only got the one film that I showed. That is the Fanatic.
I can't talk too long. I gotta poo. You know I gotta say that every time we talk about it.
Yep. I got so whenever this guy does a roast watch along, I have it.
It's right there waiting for you.
Right there waiting for me.
I also only got one thing because, like I said, I'm still waiting on my my copy of Honora to come in. But also, this is kind of fitting because this is also directed by Sean Baker. This is a little movie on Criterion called Prince of Broadway. I looked into the Sean Baker filmography and see if they had Blu-ray releases because I wanted to buy his movies on Blu-ray since Honora won Best Picture, and you know how much I love Honora. So I bought this, Takeout, Tangerine, and The Florida Project. I'd already seen The Florida Project beforehand. It's just like it's Takeout, Tangerine, and Prince of Broadway I had not seen beforehand. But I did watch Takeout, I think about a week ago or so. Really good movie. But yeah, Prince of Broadway. I have no idea what this is. I will check this out when I get the chance. So, but again, the only real reason why I bought this movie was because that Sean Baker directed it. So yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. So yeah, here is Prince of Broadway on Criterion. But yeah. Oh, no, don't do that. Clicked on the wrong button. But yeah, guys, that's it. That is episode 15. Don't know. I think we'll still do episode. Yeah, I'll be settled in by next week. So yeah, May 6th. We'll look forward to episode 16.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I think there will be no show the 6th because I'll be working late.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I forgot about that also, and I'm also working that evening too.
Yeah. So
I picked up a. Well, we're gonna skip a week, do a week, then skip another week because the 20th I'm working a late shift too. So that I decided to pick up on. So
2 weeks will be episode 16.
So yeah, in 2 weeks, don't worry, it'll still come. We will have episode 16. So, but anyways, guys, that'll do it for tonight. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
See ya.